Why you are poor. Today is a rough video because it's tough teaching. It is tough advice for people who do not have any money. And if you do have money, you also need to pay attention to today's video because everybody can fall into these 10 poor mindsets. Why you are poor, there are 10 main reasons, and you can literally put yourself or put someone that you know, or when you were poor, one of these 10 reasons was primarily the reason why you were poor. Okay, so today's tough teaching. I'm going to say some things that are a little bit rough, may hit a little deep, but I'm just going to tell you right now, tough teaching, tough workouts, tough everything breeds results. So have an open mind while I go through these 10 reasons here. Number one, you're poor because you lack knowledge of where you need to be as an employee. Okay, so you're an employee. Employees that make a lot of money are either on the money making side, that means they bring in money, sales, marketing, those people get paid a lot, or money saving. Those are accountants, people who are constantly looking at things of cutting costs, potentially looking for threats of overspending. Those people get paid a lot. Money eaters are the people in the middle. 90% of people at companies are money eaters. That's why 90% of people don't have any money. They're poor, they don't make a lot of money because they're on the wrong side. If you want to be rich, you have to understand that if you want to be rich as an employee, you have to understand that you need to be on the money making side or the money saving side. Number two, you spend more than you make. So many people blow money. They drive a fancy car when they have no money in the bank. They live in a massive house when they have no money in the bank. They spend and buy a whole bunch of nice clothes, Gucci and Louis Vuitton, when they have no money. They spend more money than they make. The money comes in, it goes out so much faster, it disappears, and they wonder where it went. Well, it went on you buying bullcrap. Stop buying bullcrap. Number three, you think too narrow, and you never think outside the box. Everybody who's rich has challenged the status quo, has provided a mindset that is different than the status quo. If the herd's going this way, the person who makes a lot of money says, where is the opportunity to go the other way? Think of the best entrepreneurs in our world today. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates. They all challenge the status quo. Even at companies, when you're able to provide an enormous amount of value that nobody else is, maybe you have a set of skills that's not common in the marketplace. You have a certain set of skills that are not readily available out there. You know something about artificial intelligence right now? Everybody is wanting to hire you. If you go look at the World Economic Forum, the number one thing that was mentioned this year from the Fortune 500 companies, hands down, was artificial intelligence. So if you have a set of skills in artificial intelligence, guess who's valuable? You have a skill that's valuable. You're thinking outside the box. You're not where the masses are. You're over here. So where you lack creativity, where your creativity is where you're going to get paid. Those who are poor have no creativity, no individualism, and they will not be paid for being like everybody else. So you need to think different, you need to be different, and you will get paid differently. Number four, poor people buy liabilities, not assets. Like I mentioned, they buy fancy watches when they can't afford it and they don't have their money right. They just buy enormous amounts of cars. They overspend on so many liabilities that they don't have any assets. They don't invest. They don't get their money right and buy rental properties or invest in the stock market. You have to buy assets if you want your money to continue to go up. So someday it goes up so much more that you can't even spend it. That's why you're poor. You're also poor because you don't understand that your net work equals your net worth. Okay? Who you know, who knows you, who can connect you with somebody equals you getting that great job. My first job out of college was because I knew somebody. My second job out of college was because I knew somebody. And also my third job out of college was because I knew somebody. And after that, I didn't need to know anybody because I started my own business. But if I didn't know anybody, I would not be where I am today. And I would not have gotten the opportunities I've gotten that taught me to own my own business today. So if you're wondering, Nate, how did you become so successful and start a business and make money? Well, I did it because I networked. I went to the networking events that nobody else wanted to go to. I made those connections and those connections opened up doors for me. If you understand how the world works, you have to know people. You only get where you need to be in life through networking. So you need to shake someone's hand. It's important to do the small things. Poor people don't do that. They go to work, they go to home. They go to work, they go home. They don't network with anybody. And they wonder why they never get a promotion. Because nobody knows them and nobody knows how good they are. Or maybe they're not that good, but they know somebody enough to get in a position. Networking allows you to get in rooms that you would have never gotten in without it. And that's been my whole story of my entire life. Number 6 here, you don't plan ahead. They don't have emergency funds. They live by the seat of their pants. If something happens where the car gets broken down, or something happens where the roof needs replaced, or there's an emergency, they can't afford it and they go into debt. And one small situation that could have been handled by you having at least 10 to 15,000 saved puts you on the brink of bankruptcy. They can't handle emergencies. They don't plan ahead. They don't plan ahead for jobs. They don't plan ahead and set up a resume, set up networking. They don't plan ahead for anything. They don't plan ahead to potentially be in a position to buy a house or to invest in that opportunity, to put money in the stock market. They're not planning ahead. So someday what happens is they become the 60-year-old who has no money and they can't retire. And when that happens, the people that did plan ahead, they are out there living the dream and have the money saved. So that's why you're poor, because you don't plan ahead. Number 7 here, you are poor because you have one flow of income. The average millionaire has 3 to 4 flows of income. What does that mean? Well, you normally have your main flow of income. That could be either a business if you own a business, or it could be your job as an employee. If you're an employee, your other flow of income should be a side hustle. Okay, until you have your money right, you shouldn't be working 40 hours a week. You should be working 40 hours a week at a job, and you should be working as a side hustle. Okay, have multiple flows of income. Another flow of income could be investments in stocks, right? You have an investment return, maybe you have 50,000 in the stock market, you get a 10% return, there's $5,000, there's another flow of income. Maybe a rental property, that's very low touch. If you use a property manager, you have another flow of income there. Creating flows of income allows you that when one flow dries up, you can continue to sustain yourself and your family. That's why multiple flows are the key to building sustainable generational wealth. Number 8 here, you are poor because you're afraid to fail. So many people are afraid to fail. That's why they don't start businesses. That's why they talk about other people who are successful. They admire people who are successful, or sometimes they don't admire them, they bring them down. They say so-and-so is successful because of what their parents gave them, the money that they got when they were a kid. They make excuses as to why that person is successful. They're successful because they were given a God-given talent of their brains, their smartness. They're acting like that person is a god. It's a God complex. They talk about everybody else, but they never talk about themselves because they're scared to fail. They don't jump because they're scared of what it is like if they fall. And I'm going to tell you something today. If you want to be rich, you want to be wealthy, or if you want to be successful, you have to be okay with failing multiple times over and over again, because it's not failure. Albert Einstein said, I think he said, failure is not absolute, that in order to be successful, you have to fail. Okay, so you have to fail, and you can't be afraid of it, because then you'll never try anything and you'll never gain success. Number 9 here, you are poor because average makes average income. You put forth an average effort. You put forth an average attitude. Sometimes you're positive, sometimes you're negative. But depending on the day, people are like, oh, I don't know. I don't know which person we're going to get. I don't know which Nate we're going to get today. Maybe the positive, maybe the negative. We don't know. Everything about your life is average. Your mindset is average. Your mentality towards your health is average. Everything in your life is average. But I'm here to tell you today that you are not average. Everybody inside is an above average person. Think of what you have gone through genetically. Over thousands and thousands of years, your offspring, has survived. They've survived the dinosaurs. They survived the flood. They survived getting killed in wars. They survived long enough to have offspring. And then here you are. An above average genetic, an above average instinctual mindset, but yet you don't live up to your potential. The cool thing about life is that you can change at any moment. You can change your mindset into saying, hey, I am an above average person. I can give an above average effort. I can have an above average life. And all I have to do is decide today. Stop thinking about your past. Stop living about that and think and worry. What am I going to be in the future? When can I be an above average person? Well, the answer is right now, okay? Number 10 here, the last one, and a lot of you guys need to hear this. You're poor because you're lazy. And if you don't think you're lazy, you are. I'm lazy. We're all prone to laziness because humans want to do the bare minimum. We are very efficient. Look at our world today. It's easy to get food. You can stop and get a burrito in 5 minutes. You can stop and get a pizza. It's hot and ready some places. Within a minute, everything is at your fingertips. We are given everything. And it is so easy today to be lazy because it's okay if you're not successful. It's okay if you have an average life. In fact, a lot of places, it's almost, hey, the world's keeping you down. It is what it is. It's the middle class. The middle class is the laziest class in the world because they work hard enough to have just enough, but they don't keep going. They don't keep going to where there's true freedom. What the middle class is I have to continue to stay on this hamster wheel to provide myself a life that I'm just okay with, that maybe doesn't even really satisfy me, but I'm too lazy to put my head down and see what my potential is. I almost say that it's better for you to put no effort in at all than to go halfway and get a taste, just a little taste of what you can become. Stop being lazy and recognize that you're gonna have the tendency of laziness. Everybody has that tendency. Everybody has that urge to say, you know what? I think I'm gonna chill today. I think I'm not gonna work hard today. Stop being lazy and you will become successful. Do the things that you needed to. Read the book instead of playing the PlayStation. Okay? Go work out instead of sitting on the couch. Make small decisions every day to improve your life and revolt against laziness. Stop giving in to that innate nature and realize that, hey, it is good and I have a more sustaining life, a more positive life, a more fulfilling life when I go against laziness and I move towards success and goal-oriented achievement. Every time I've improved in my life has been better. I've been more happy. I've been more sustaining with my friendships and my relationships. I've been a better person. I've learned. Every time I've improved in my life, I've learned, I've become a better person. So you really want to be successful, you really want to be happy, you really want to be wealthy, you have to improve your life. And that's what today's video is about. It's about improving these 10 mindsets. Everybody has a little tendency of all of them. One may stick out to you. Good. Stay on that and focus on that mindset. But what I am going to tell you today is that if you do not change, someday you're going to say, what would I have become if I would have turned my life around and lived to my potential? The biggest regret is knowing that your potential is so much more than what you are right now. Don't wait till the end of your life to realize that your gap from what you are to your potential of what you lived in life was so far away, because that regret will haunt you. That regret is what most people, if you poll, you go to nursing homes, you ask, what do you regret? They regret not going after and starting that business. They regret not telling that friend that they loved them. They regret not going after things that would have improved their life. People want to improve, and you should too. So if you like today's video, hit like and subscribe. I'll be posting a video every single day and providing content like this to help you get to the next level. And I would really appreciate it if you like the video to show that this content is helping you out. Thanks.